Unfiltered with Ndongo Gashane and Daniel Kariuki.
A very warm welcome here at Unfiltered, the home of deep analysis and perspectives that are rare to find anywhere else. I'm your host, Ndongo Gashane. And of course, I'm not alone. I'm usually not alone. Right?
Of course, I'm here. Daniel Kariuki
Yes,
is
how are
my
you done?
name.
Yes.
You know, every Thursday we want to talk about what is happening in the country.
Yeah.
Especially when you talk about matters politics. Especially right now.
Yeah.
Mambo ni moto sana.
Sana.
And immediately before we get out of the kitchen, we talk about it.
Talk around, yeah.
Yes, and for some time we have been having the male gender.
Yes.
Now we are trying to balance because of the 2/3 gender rule that is yet to be achieved.
Sure.
As we are trying to achieve it.
You have tried.
Welcome to Unfiltered.
Thank you so much. And good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Julia Chege from Murang'a County,
Right.
Kagema constituency. A place called Rwadia. Rwadia is a place known for
The rich
people with a
people.
lot of money,
The wealthy
millionaires. But I'm not one of them.
No,
So
you
you're
cannot
saying
be
there
from
are,
the...
there are other people who do not have some money in that village? I thought
Most of the people who come from Rwadia, they have a lot of money. But I don't know. I have not seen that money.
You are from a village, but you don't have the money.
Yeah. But I'm getting.
eh,
Yes, I'm getting.
You are hoping.
Yes, I know. I'm not hoping. I am getting.
When you hear someone say, I'm getting it, the probability that there is that money
Or there
could
isn't.
balance. There isn't, not really. Anyway, welcome.
Thank you so much for your invitation.
Yes.
Yes.
And Gashane told me that in Murang'a County, that's where the people who own this Nairobi come from.
I'm told.
Oh, you also don't
you also
know?
hear.
Yes, I'm told. Yeah, I'm told.
Anyway, karibu
How is
sana.
Murang'a County?
Murang'a is good. We are really, really fortunate this year.
Yes.
As much as there is some hunger striking, people are not feeding on monkeys. I know, Gashane, when you used to be in that county,
Yes, he used to
people
cover a
feed
lot.
people used to feed on monkeys,
About monkeys.
on a serious note,
Yes, I
because
even-
of hunger.
You know, I was listening to some comedians. There's a time, I think, in some parts of Nyanza, where the residents were also being affected by the monkeys. And so those comedians were saying they should call Mwangi Wairia. There's a way he tackled the issue to do with the monkeys.
Yeah, or deal with them themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think they can deal with them, really. But anyway.
Karibu sana.
Thank you
Asante
so
sana.
much.
Who is Dr. Julia Chege?
Dr. Julia Chege, I wear several hats and actually very many hats. First of all, I'm a scholar. I lecture part-time at the University of Nairobi, African Women Study Center. Governance, my area of specialization is WASH. WASH means water, sanitation and hygiene. And I'm in the gender sector, sociology department. We were merged, African Women Study Center and sociology. Now we are under that department. But we still maintain our autonomy at Kenya Science. We still have our African Women Study Center there. I also do farming. I do arrowroot farming, and I lead an enterprise that we do value addition on arrowroots. And they are biofortified. That means you do not need to fortify our flour. We do arrowroot flour, clips, biscuits, and cookies. It's a small venture that is in Kagema constituency, but we have several clients across the country. And our biggest client is Rufdansa Airline, that we supply clips. And most of the crabs, like Parkland Sports Crab, Lidwick Golf Crab, we supply them with arrowroot clips still. And the FRAS Mater Hospital, they support us a lot. We thank God for that. Because the FRA is already fortified, has minerals and all that. So we hope to scale in our next dispensation. Also a politician. I aspired for Member of Parliament, Kagema. It was 2022. It was a tough race. I normally say I was an idiot that time in politics, but I think I'm getting sharpened as time goes by. And 2027, I'll be on the list, and I'm sure I'm going to win.
Still in Kangema.
Yes, Kagema constituency. I know what I want. Many people are confusing that I want women, but I am not there. I do not fight with women. Not that I fight with men, but I know what I want to.
But you want to remove the men.
I want to remove that man who is there. And, he knows. So that is where I will be going 2027. But currently, I am just doing my businesses and consultancies. And of course, Naskiza ground.
Naskiza ground.
Yes.
You have forgotten to tell us that you are organizing, the deputy.
Yeah. We had our NDC. NDC is the highest party organ in any political party. And I belong to Democratic Party from 2004. But of course, in between, he had gone to Jubilee, PNU and all that, according to the country's politics. But currently, I'm in Democratic Party. We had an NDC, and I was elected as the National Vice Chair Programs, Democratic Party of Kenya. I'm actually that guy. Yeah,
that person.
Or that man.
In the hierarchy.
in the hierarchy.
You are very senior. That means you are very senior. You're in the senior positions.
We are the senior position. It's true.
So
and I thank God.
Yes, so in the studio we have a politician, we have a business person, and when you said that you are a farmer,
Yes.
I saw Dan look at you in some other eyes, because he also usually hosts a show on farming.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also I'm a politician.
Yes.
No, I'm a footballer who is a politician and who
nice.
farms.
Yes.
I used to be an athlete when I was in high school and up to university level. But when I started working, I added a bit of weight because I started eating everything. So I stopped. My last engagement was KCB. I ran for KCB.
That's nice. You've mentioned that you are a politician. You are aspiring to be the next member of parliament for Kangema.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think here we'll major a lot in politics and what is happening in the country.
It is what is cutting across in the country now.
And so you already know what is happening.
I know the current affair.
Yes. United Opposition.
Yes.
Let's talk about it first before we talk about the other side, the broad-based and ODM and the politics that have been surrounding that party. United Opposition, of course, Democratic Party is part of and I saw the leaders in the United Opposition attend it was the NDC.
Yes, they came here at Fungamano.
At Fungamano House. Is United Opposition united?
I would have said they are not united last year, but right now they are progressing, and they are united in one cause. They have to remove the current presidency and the president. You know, those are two different things.
Right.
So that is their main goal. It is actually there. The second goal they have is to liberate this country from several issues. One, corruption. Two, the cost of living is very high, and education system has been crumbled. You look at the health sector has collapsed also. So they are united in some causes that they believe in. And that unity is very good. But currently, I know everybody is supposed to go and actually talk to Wananchi and tell them what they stand for. But in due course, we shall know who is the flag bearer.
The flag bearer.
And most likely they know. And I don't think they are that stupid and foolish to actually front themselves, all of them. Because, of course, they will not win, But if they get one candidate and they lag behind that candidate, two things might happen. They may get the presidency, which we are all hoping, or they'll get like 80% of the MPs in both houses, Senate and even the National Assembly, and even the county assemblies. If they don't get the first one, they will get the others. So, but they can't miss both.
And you see, United Opposition was scheduled to have a retreat, maybe to discuss those issues that you have mentioned, including having a formula that they are going to use to come up with the flag bearer. But again, the retreat did not happen. Are you privy to this?
I know that because I've been following, and the Democratic Party happens to be in the united opposition. And personally, even if I was not in the united opposition, in that party, I would still be in the opposition because I don't believe 100% with the current government. I know, but I would explain this in a metaphor. When a child is being born, it's a process. First, there's the conceiving of the baby. The two people must come together.
Right.
Then we get the baby conceived, and it grows up to the 9th month, and then the baby is born. Right now, the baby has not been born yet, and it's going to be born because the baby is growing. And if it is born prematurely, many people may say the baby must have been born like last year, so that now it is able to grow this year and next year is able to bite or feed or do something. But I think this is a baby that has taken longer to grow. So in my view, the baby is still growing.
Don't you think the baby is taking too long to grow?
No, the
because
baby,
very soon we are going to be having maybe the wedding happening. And the baby will still be growing.
Even if we have the wedding, culturally, like in my culture, Kikuyu culture, you can have a wedding even if the baby has not been born. But then when you have the wedding, when the baby has not been born, you cannot talk about the baby. So I think in this case, the baby will be born and we shall celebrate. Because we have very many parents that are there. The parents are the opposition leaders, and they're there. And then we need to deliver one baby, and it's only one person who is carrying the baby. So the baby will be born. You don't have to worry. These people, they are consulting, they are agreeing, they are talking to wananchi, they are talking to different people, they are rallying behind supporters and all that. And of course, they are infiltrated, So the other side knows what they are doing.
So are you saying there is infiltration in opposition?
Of course. There is a lot of infiltration because how do you explain that they are going for a meeting and they find half of the meeting, the meeting, the people who have attended, they are from the other side. There is a lot of infiltration, that I can tell you. And it is true.
Do you think there are moles within the opposition?
Of course, there are many. There are many. There are so many of them that are there.
They're in the united opposition.
They are in the united opposition.
But the DCP leader,
on the other side.
DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua told us that the moles that were there. He was speaking in the NDC, the Democratic Party NDC, that those who are moles here, tumewafurusha, so sasa tuko sawa. But you are telling us they are moles still.
I don't think in any movement, even the Mau Mau movement, we had people who were actually looking like they are Mau Mau, but they were not Mau Mau. They were actually traitors. They were actually people who would say, give information outside there, tokonias, in our culture.
What in English? There is a word you keep telling me.
They are collaborators.
Collaborators, those people, they were there. Traitors, they're there, but you will not know them because they are not identifiable in a straight way. Because during the day they would be working with you, but at night you don't know where they are. Or maybe they are working with you at night, during the day you don't know where they are. So we cannot rule out and say that we don't have infiltration. Okay. And that is why our country, we are experiencing a lot of intolerance from the current government, yet we are supposed to be propagating democracy. And why the intolerance is because they are aware of what has been planned. Like now, we have an aspirant meeting in our Democratic Party. It is coming soon. I will not say when, but it's coming. But I can tell you, the government knows even the date. I can tell you. Yeah.
You don't know when, but the government knows.
I don't know when, but they're the ones telling us. Studoskia, it is June. It's May. It's when.
So you.
But it's around that.
Therefore, that means that I think the government is one step ahead of the opposition.
No, the government is not one step ahead. The government is just working for opposition now, because they should be busy doing other things, not looking at what opposition is doing, what which party is doing. They should be actually working. Because 2027, we will not ask them what opposition was doing. We will ask them, you told us that we are going to go. We start with the recent one. We are going to go to Singapore. We haven't gone. You know, we will tell them, they say there will be free education. There is nothing. In fact, right now, the most sad thing is that grade 10 learners, they're in school. The government has actually stressed the point that they should all report. But they're reporting to do what? They're not doing anything. I have visited, as an academician, I have visited about 15 schools right now. And I've talked to heads. They're telling me, let the students be around here. There's nothing we are doing. They are not prepared. There is no money. And that is why they keep sending them home. You know, so they're not learning. That is the truth. And the high school teachers were not ready for this students, because they are carrying on the curriculum, the CBC curriculum. So you see that system already. One term is over. I don't want to talk about one term is in terms of the 5 years. But the 3 months that you're supposed to be in school, then you go for holiday. We are almost halfway. And the teachers are the ones, without saying which ones, they are telling me, the students came, but there's nothing we can do. The students are here, but there's nothing we can do. Because the government has not released the money. They has not gone to school. The PS and the CS, they are always telling us the money is in school. Which school are they talking about? Now they have even done a mistake, a bigger mistake. They want now to merge all the funds in one basket, meaning we are going to experience the highest level of corruption that we have ever seen in this country. Because those billions being controlled by one person, now we are going to attract corruption, nepotism, tribalism. We are going to attract a lot of all manner of things there. Even some people will kill one another because they want to be the ones running the fund. So the government, I think they have missed the point. They have missed the goal. They're actually wandering around. In my view, I look at them like headless chicken. Because they're all over.
Dr. when you talk about, that's a very important issue on education. But the opposition, which should be pushing for these reforms and also policies that are good for the students, we see they seem to also embrace in fighting on each other. We saw what happened in Nakuru when the Jubilee Party was opening their office. The deputy party leader, Jeremiah Kioni, literally was talking about, he was like decampaigning other opposition parties while campaigning for the or mobilizing people to join the Jubilee Party. That's the opposition. We have also seen in many meetings held, for example, in Nyeri and Muranga, Mathioya last week by former deputy president. We could see the only colors that were visible to us was green, the DCP colors. Where's your party? You see, this issue on infightings within the opposition are supposed to be demanding loudly and calling out the government over its iniquities in terms of education and failures. Do you think that's why the president is saying that these people have no agenda, because they seem to have there seems to be clueless on governance?
You see, truth be told, the person who started calling out the issues that are in government is the former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. And as it is right now, without fear or favor, the opposition leaders have joined him in condemning in a very harsh way. He was the only person who was able to tell the president off. He was the only person who was able to tell us the truth. Yet all these people, I know all of them, they have been in one way or the other been involved in government. All of them. So now DCP will look like it's the party that the Mwananchi want. Just because it's not the DCP, it's the leader. It's actually the former deputy president Gachagua that people are looking at. Some people don't even know it's DCP. They don't know that because the person who started calling that menace. Now, he realized that he cannot walk the journey alone. So he has brought DP, Jubilee, all the other parties that are coming, and many are going to join. So I think going forward, what is going to happen, and we normally say it's easier to give birth than to resurrect. So it is not easy to have Jubilee Party, have all the merchandises there and all that, because it's not a new thing. It's easier. I said it's easier to give birth than to resurrect. It's not easy to tell Kenyans Jubilee is good or maybe DP is good, but people will rally behind the DCP. But once they go on the table, they will agree. I'm sure they will agree. Like if we go to Kagema constituency, where I'll be
You're talking about zoning.
I'm sure that will happen.
Even places like Mount Kenya.
Yeah, there'll be such things, because now how else do they go on?
But
we cannot say that it's only
that his
DCP.
party is going to field.
No. I can tell you that is not going to happen, because he will be left alone. DCP will be left alone.
What
Even
do
if
you
it
mean?
was DP, it will be left alone. Even if it was Jubilee, it will be left alone. So that is not going to happen. And what many people are not understanding, and especially people who are going to vie, they think that the party of choice will only be DCP. That is not the truth, because they are going as united opposition. I am very sure my party leader, who is JB Muturi, and he is aware that I'm here on this show. Yes. There is no way he is going to agree that a whole doctor will be edged out by some people because they are business people or whatever, or they have come with money from wherever. I don't think he's going to take that. I don't think. Even personally, I will not take that.
So let me ask you, Daktari.
Yes.
Let's say you vie
Yes.
through you're sponsored by the DP party.
Yes.
Another candidate is sponsored by the DCP party.
Yes.
Then Jubilee.
Yes.
Isn't that a good way to give Kenyans and the people of Kangema more choices on who they want to
The
lead
better.
them?
I would like we have a Jubilee candidate.
But you're talking about zoning. You're saying that there will be zoning.
They will do zoning. I'm sure in some areas they will do zoning, but some areas they will let people
decide.
Yes, let people decide. Because if you say, for example, that because you are in DCP, we are the where do you tunataka, how it will not work.
But again, the United Opposition will be seeking to have more members of parliament in the both houses, as you put it, National Assembly and Senate.
Yes.
You actually talked of at least 80%.
Yes.
That 80% is not going to be easy with the United Opposition parties having candidates in one constituency. Candidates from every party in the United Opposition. Don't you think it will give an opportunity
to the
advantage?
First of all, on the ground, people are clear. They do not want the government people. They don't want UDA candidates. They are very clear. People are very clear on that. And I can tell you, whether you vie with the United Opposition party, whichever party, so long as it's not government, people are going to rally. And you know what is going to happen? And it was almost happening in 2022. I remember. We actually came together. I remember the late Kamau, may he rest in peace. He convened us. He called me and told me, call Karema, call Kifoko, call. And I called them. So we went at Sagret and we had decided, and we were saying, now I think what we need to do, we need to get one of us. It had reached that point. We need to get one of us, because if we don't, UDA is taking. Not that I didn't know UDA is going to take by the time we left that meeting, because we didn't agree. First of all, Kefoko came and ran away. Then we had Kalema who actually was peeping around, didn't even get into the meeting. Then the others were, coming like this. I remember there's a lady who also came, Kamau, she came. But this time round,
you are candidates of UDA or
no.
party?
We were in different parties.
In different parties then.
Yes, but then what we went through, DP was in Kenya Kwanza, but the individuals were not in Kenya Kwanza. Personally, I was supporting Raila and Mother.
But you are.
And I actually had posters for them. Actually, I did that in Kagema. But my party was in Kenya Kwanza.
In the Kenya
But
Kwanza.
when you say that,
So what happened, let me tell you, I remember many meetings, even when the president came, he would call only UDA candidates. And we got very annoyed. We went for one meeting that was in Kiriaini, and then he only recognized only UDA candidates. And that is the point I made. I decided I'll not go with them again because we are campaigning for another person. And I'm there. They're not saying we have DP, we have... It's only mother who was able to recognize all the candidates. I remember Jubilee people were there and they are saying, now we are here as Jubilee. Then she told them, no. We have Julia from DP, we have Jaboya from NAC, I remember her explaining, and that is not a mistake they are ready to
But
do.
Dr. let me ask you, do you foresee Gachagua going to campaign a candidate for another party other than his party? He has
Especially in the Mount Kenya region.
He
He
has
did
actually
in Mbeere.
presented his party.
But you
He
see, he
did
did
in
not have
Mbeere.
a
He
candidate.
did not have a candidate in Mbeere.
No, he did. There was a candidate
But
The
he,
Democratic.
who ran to Moses Kuria's party.
he withdrew the candidate.
Yes.
And that is why
He was
that
campaigning
he was
for
coming for
Karish.
the DP. And he said his party is going to field parliamentary leaders, candidates in 2027. He actually said that he did not have a party. In any case,
He
he
did
should
not
not be
have a
told
candidate.
that he lost in Mbeere.
Because he did not have a candidate.
Yes. So, and he has actually presented his party as Mount Kenya Party. So does that give you a plus or a minus in terms of your political ambitions?
It gives me a plus because by the time we are in 2027 August, we'll have decided. And not actually August, 4 months to election, we'll be able to know. And when
What will you be able to know?
we'll be able to know, are we going as united opposition or as an individual party? Because that is also very possible. And some people will also jump in government.
Yeah.
There's no harm. If today decide to jump in government, which is unlikely, it's okay.
It's your political right.
It's your democracy.
So what about your party leader? What is his ambitions
My party leader needs to go and become a presidential party, leader
in this country?
in this country. Yes.
We have not seen him anywhere else other than the
No.
opposition meetings
You
in
cannot
Mount
say
Kenya.
that. Somebody who has been a speaker of the National Assembly, not unless somebody was born yesterday, everybody knows.
Has
Because
he declared interest?
right now, he's a presidential candidate. We endorsed him in our NDC. Not unless now at an individual level, he tells us, no, we have agreed as united opposition because we have given him the mandate to go and discuss with them. If they agree, well, shelve your ambition, let's get one person, no problem, because we have given him as our party leader that mandate. That is very clear from the NDC. You see, us as the Democratic Party candidates, we would like him to be our candidate, our presidential candidate. But there are things, the other things that they are discussing. Their coalition, our country is now maturing up in terms of coalitions, not like before. Before they used to have a pre-coalition agreements and post-coalitions agreement. Now they have to have both. In case we get this government, this is what we shall do. In case we don't, this is what we shall do. And anybody who is in opposition, I don't think we have fools now. No.
I want to ask a question.
Yes.
The president has been going around the country having some programs that he has been presiding over.
Yes.
I'm talking of, I think,
The Nyota. You're talking of the Nyota one.
Nyota program and
Yeah.
other programs. So
Yes.
he has been going around the country. I have not seen the united opposition really doing the rounds in the country.
Why would they be doing louds in the country? Success.
So how are they going to ensure that they
No. They are
give
doing them,
the president
they are doing
a run
rounds.
for his money
They are
in the
doing-
campaign trail?
They are doing the
Okay, I
rounds.
know it's still early.
They're doing the routes, but at an individual county. Because you'll hear they in Mombasa, they were like that. But the kind of a president we have now and the kind of opposition we have now, if you are the president, you not sit in State House. The kind of damage that is being done outside there, he needs to start now trying to make the damage. If you talk about the Nyota program, it is not his program. We know it originated from World Bank. I don't want to go back to that. If it is the empowerment program, they are not tangible. I call them white elephants. Because how do you account for beans and maize that you're giving to people? How do you account for such programs?
I think Daktari, Dan wants to know this.
Yes.
The last time the opposition leaders had a rally,
And they were together.
Yes, when they were together. I think they were in Nyeri.
And it was
Somewhere.
not. Was it a rally?
It was.
I think, a function.
It was a rally. Yeah, after the church, they went.
That was
to
in
the people to,
in Odaya.
that was when.
When they were hit.
No. Later
After
on,
they were,
I think
they went back.
It was from Madhyoya, then they went up.
That was about. Is it 2 weeks ago? The president has had a rally in Nairobi. He is now in Northeastern. The opposition leaders.
The president has the money.
How do you be voted if you do not go to the people and ask them to vote for you?
The president.
If you don't have the money, do you think then it's okay?
Yeah.
You should run for president.
As much as it is not time for campaigning.
It's
It's not time for campaigning. But the president, in a strategic way, has managed to continue rallying Kenyans behind him.
You guys are planning for a retreat.
I do not want to bring some issues
in a
that
hotel.
were in our party, but I would reference them as a point of reference that can relate into the country's politics. We recently had an NDC, and we are told some people were sponsored by the government, and they were giving people money because they wanted some certain positions, But let me tell you, people ate the money and they gave votes to another person. So that means whatever the president is doing, it is our money. So he brings the money, we eat the money.
One of the factors that must be considered when one wants to run for the high office is financial muscles. So when you say that the opposition has no financial muscles to crisscross the country, then what do you expect of 2027?
I said they don't have the kind of money that the president has right now because he's controlling everything. And you see, we must deconstruct politics in this country now from using your own money and state resources. When we compare,
so you're saying the president is using the state's
of course
resources?
He's using the state resources. I can tell you.
Can you prove?
I don't work for Treasury, my brother. So I will not know.
But
what I know,
allegations.
But what I know is that those, like the Nyota program, why is he politicizing that Nyota program? It was about the bank program that was supposed to help Kenyans. Are you saying?
By politicizing, you're saying
politicizing is using that program and making it your own. Another example I can give you so that you understand what I'm talking about is like an MP who is using CDF and telling people, I am giving you bursary. It's not his money. It is there. Wananchi's money. So we want to see people who are using their own money. Like what Mother Karua, Karonzo, they have not been in government for a long time. They have used their own money. Even people like me.
Could they be having sponsors?
You see, having sponsors or not, if they are not verified.
Maybe they're in the same government.
I don't think some people can be bought. I don't think they have a price tag. There's no price tag for the opposition leaders. I don't think there is any who has a price. I don't think so.
So when you say there is no prize for the opposition leaders, you're saying that by 2027, this group that we are seeing as united opposition, they will be together and they will
They're already
face
together.
Yes, I'm saying by the time we get to the elections, no one will have been taken from the opposition and join the other side. Are you sure of that?
I cannot say that this. I said initially, if one wants to join government, they can always join.
But you have said...
But once you join, remember, we are not with you again.
But you have said no money, or rather, the leaders, they cannot be bought.
They cannot be bought. There is no price for them. There were rumors initially that the current president was saying 2027 he will be telling you, name your price. I don't think there is anybody that they can tell, including myself. I don't think they can tell me, name your price, and leave Kagema seat. I don't think there is any price because for me it's not about the money. I'm still young. By the time I'm 60, I'll have made all that money. So it's not about the money right now.
But naming the price does not really need to mean money. It can say positions.
It would mean position.
Yes.
It would mean, but 90% of that, it is money. What else can he offer? He can't offer you, even if he offers you an ambassadorial job, how many ambassadors can he make? Even if he offers you a commission job, how many commissioners can he I mean, and
now,
we are so many of us out here. Are you seeing?
has the United Opposition been following what is happening in the ODM party?
I know not only the ODM party, they are also focusing on our neighboring countries, what is happening with our neighboring countries that is influencing our country and predicting what is likely to happen in our country. We saw the other day, one of the countries shut down their internet. We saw the other day, one of the countries kill and lock down opposition leaders. We have seen all that. And our country is actually looking and seeing what is our country wanting to copy from the other side. So they are looking not only locally, they are also looking at what is happening within the outside world, what is really happening.
Right. The reason why I've asked that is because could it be that the opposition are looking forward maybe to having some members join them from the ODM side, now that
You see,
some members from ODM have actually been
ODM is a
kicked
sad
out?
situation, and I know that's why you want us to go through that point. ODM is a sad situation in this country because the ushering of Sifuna as their
Secretary
SG,
General.
Secretary General, is not by ODM itself, no. It's from some funny quarters
What
that
are these funny quarters?
that are not defined, undefined quarters. When you see, with all due respect, the people who have been given his position, and the others that you can clearly tell, because some of those individuals, we know them. You can clearly tell where it's coming from. So ODM, I think it's under siege. And I think it's a high time. I do not want to speak for ODM because I don't belong to their party. We are only friends with them. They need to tell us why all this move after Baba's death. Is there anything that we need to understand about Baba's death? You know? And why did Baba have to die that fast? And for whose benefit?
So when you say that ODM could be under siege from who?
It's under siege from State House. We know that. They have said that over and over again. I listened today to Orengo when he was speaking and said that some of the meetings, they have been edged out. And why are they being edged out when it is State House meeting? But when it's Mr. Boside's house, they are all there. But when they are going to State House, a few, they are edged out. So it means there are powers that be that are wanting to really
control the ODM.
dismantle and control ODM. But it was going to be a tough war because ODM it's the only party in this country, as much as I belong to Democratic Party, is the only party in this country with structures, strong structures from grassroots that can actually make this country stand. You know,
But these structures did not save Sifuna from being removed. And by the way, what do you think is
being
the fate
removed,
of Sifuna?
being removed, you know, is a few people who are going to go there and make a declaration.
The NEC, the National
Yes, those are a few
Executive
people.
Council.
Let them try and come out here and tell us that.
So what do you think is the fate of Sifuna? Do you think this move has boldened Sifuna, or do you think he's done politically?
The emergence of a younger ODM. I mean, it's the emergence. And you see, us as a country, leave our own ODM, we haven't healed from Baba's loss and what contribution he was making in terms of politics in this country. So ODM they have not healed from that. So there is all that is happening within our country, and the Sifuna and the Baba and the Babu and the others, they are trying to form a formidable movement that is going to replace what Baba was. You know, it's going to take time. It may take, if you look at the histories of several countries, you see such movements, they're able to work after maybe 2 years or so, but for sure they will work. ODM will stand, and it will be a younger ODM.
So
I remember we had...
they're going to have two sets of ODM.
Yes.
Like the ODM, I still remember, for the Ford Kenya and the Ford people. So you are saying it is something to do with that.
And you see, the current ODM, if you look at it, the way it is right now, the ones that are going to go into government, because it is government,
The broad-based
one,
government.
they do not have the machineries. Two, they don't have the money.
What do you mean by machinery?
Machinery, I mean, they are not able to convince people without the others. We know them. We don't want to mention them. But if you look at the side of Sifuna and Babu, if I were the president, I would not let that side be on its own. I would let ODM be. I would let them fight their fights, do whatever they're able to do, and settle as they settle. But right now, if they do that, the other side will emerge more victorious than any other.
And
Let's
you
wait
see-
and see over the weekend. I'm telling you, next week, if you have an opportunity, it will not be the same.
So do you see that faction, the Sifuna's faction, joining the opposition in 2024 for the sake of next year's
Most likely
polls?
they will do that. In this country, you can't win anything sensible when you're alone. It's not possible.
Okay.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, it is true.
It's very interesting because, well, the ODM seem to be split into two, and the Sifuna side. Junet Mohammed, of course, is on the Oburu side. That's the party leader, Oburu Odinga. And Junet had said that ODM cannot negotiate with Gachagua, the DCP leader. Well, let's assume that Sifuna are left with the ODM party. Do you think they can negotiate with Gachagua?
In politics, we don't have permanent enemies.
Or rather, not only Gachagua, united opposition indeed.
Yeah, I'm saying if they are left alone, the most crucial thing they can do is to unite with the others. And they'll be more stronger. And I've just told you that we have not healed yet from what Baba used to do. Like now, do you know the cabinet has actually approved that some functions of the county government will go to the national government. I had that document. I was reading it right now. It's a bill almost. Baba, if he was alive, he would not agree that because that is killing devolution. Are you seeing what you're talking about?
Right.
And you saw yesterday even the governor of Nairobi trying to show like or was featured like he has given about 5 functions outside to national government. But he denied, of course. But now the cabinet paper is already saying that they have approved.
But Raila was in these streets when Sonko gave out functions to the Nairobi Metropolitan
They
Service.
even
Somebody is being gotten for a job. Somebody wants some money somewhere for campaign. We know this.
But you see, if Raila was alive, he could not have...
you could not, there would be more noise.
But he was here when the Nairobi Metropolitan Service was had some functions of the county government.
You know, what I love about Laila and I liked about him is the fact that he was looking at his own people. So if Metropolitan was to come and help his own, so be
What do
it.
you mean by his people?
Yeah, his people.
Who are they?
His
What do you
people,
mean?
yeah, his people means, yeah, even the current minister for treasury is his people.
His people.
Yeah.
His people.
Yeah.
Now, former President Uhuru Kenyatta has revived Azimio.
Yes.
And he has actually announced Kalonzo Musyoka as the new party leader.
That could be the direction that the opposition is going to.
Can you saw Azimio in Kangema?
We tried.
What happened?
Nothing happened. They just didn't like it. I mean,
Or you're saying this time round it will not come the same way
it may not
as
come the same way.
2022.
We don't know, but you know, Azimio and Kenya Kwanza and all the other movements that are going to be there. From my perspective, for me, I will not go selling those ones. I will sell my individual, you know,
Party.
my individual party and what I want, my interest. And that is why I will not come here and insult the president because we are not competitors. I'm not looking for them to be the president of this country. I'm not. So why would I tell him he's taking people to Singapore? If you want to take them to Turkey, he can go. He can do it. It's okay. So for me, I really don't care about what he does. I care about the constituency where I come from.
Yeah, but you should also care.
I should care.
or about the political party
But you
that
see,
you have, because if it joins the Azimio coalition, then that's your coalition. You cannot say
it
that you're
is,
not going to sell
but
And
it.
you'll have
at
to
a-
sell
let me
that
tell you,
coalition.
Yes.
Politics is very personal and very local. And therefore, if you try to play national politics where it's not supposed to be played for, you just be you just have problems.
To
for
that
no
point,
good
I agree
reason.
with you. But
Yes.
I'm asking, do you think it's the best move to revive Azimio from where you sit as Dr. Julia Chege?
I wondered why it was revived, but then
Why did you wonder?
I wondered because I wondered where they are going, but then I thought about it and I wondered if United Opposition was to crumble, what would we be left with? So let's have two horses. We say Azimio and United, because that politics is about.
So you are talking about having Azimio La Umoja,
yes,
and
United
Opposition.
because that is what they want, and then we can have Kenya Kwanza, and then we can
So
have.
if you say that, then where is the unity of opposition? Because the party leader for Jubilee is former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
He becomes the chairperson of the Azimio
La
La
Umoja.
Umoja coalition. Aya, Kalonzo Musyoka, who is a co-convener
Of United
of the United Opposition,
It's a party
is a
leader.
party leader for Azimio. So
And a preferred presidential candidate.
so which is which? Isn't that confusion? Don't you see?
know,
From where you see, don't you
there's-
think this
there's-
doesn't confusing you?
I don't see any confusion. I just see politics.
No, because you are saying you are talking about
I just
having
see
two
politics.
forms of coalition.
Yeah, let them
Azimio
have
and
that. The government is infiltrating each and every, movement.
So are you
that they
blaming Ruto for the revival of Azimio?
No, I'm not blaming Ruto.
You are talking about infiltration.
I thank him for doing that, because now he'll make many people mushroom and do all what they want to do. By the end of the day, they will name one person. By the end of the day, they will name, and
So with the either Azimio or with which is which? Is it United Opposition or is it Azimio?
United Opposition is also
Part of Azimio.
Part of Azimio. Because United Opposition, we have Jubilee, that is, so you cannot rule out. And I like it when it is like that. Let it be like that, so that by the time we are heading maybe by November, we can be able to have now one United Opposition, other United, Azimio. Maybe they'll call it United Azimio. I don't know whether they'll do that.
So there could be a change of name.
Yeah.
So that,
and that is even UDA is not the party that the president is going to buy for
to seek his
2027.
election.
The election will not be done through UDA. And we have never seen, a president, maybe Uhuru tried, but 2013, did he buy?
He actually had TNA in
Yes,
2013.
TNA, yeah.
But
And 2017 was Jubilee.
Yes, you see.
But now, when you say that you don't think President Ruto will use UDA, but already we have aspirants that have registered with the party.
It is okay. Even that time we had aspirants on the other side.
So
I just told you politics is very local and very personal.
there is a question that Kashane asked about parties. And he has actually asked you about Azimio in 2022 in Kangema. Now imagine now the same Azimio coming now with different parties, and you advocated for parties having their candidates. Everyone can go and sell their ideas.
What we are agreeing and we must focus on is that we do not want UDA. Simple.
In Kenya or in Mount Kenya?
No, in Kenya. Only a few that are following UDA because of 1, 2, 3 things.
Are you
Like
aware?
in my village, I was told they were in State House and they were given each 10,000. So they were going for 10,000. It's not the UDA they were going for. Anytime we have gone for these meetings, the United Opposition, I don't pay people. I address people. I don't pay a single person. I only pay my security.
Are you aware that Jubilee Party managed to get 24 members of parliament in the 2022 election, despite the fact that people said that Jubilee had died?
There are places that even if you told them something different, even UDA will get candidates, I'm telling you. There are places you go and try, it will not work. But 90% of Kenyans right now, they believe their problems started with Kenya Kwanza.
90%.
90%.
Is
Even those
do
that
you
are
think that's
keeping
going
quiet.
to reflect in the
In the
No,
United
you-
Oppositions
you-
or in the results?
You see, you cannot gauge United Opposition through Bere. We know what happened in Bere.
What happened?
What happened in Bere, even a whole CS, who is my friend, he was involved, firing and beating, that polling station. It was a game changer.
But a win is a win.
A win
As
is a
in,
win.
United
agree.
Opposition was
But
defeated
you see,
in Mbeere North,
that's
right?
why I'm saying 2027, we will not have the kind of might we saw in Mbeere.
Why?
Opposition and Kenya Kwanza, an estimate of about almost $1 billion was actually
Used in one constituency.
Imagine one constituency. Imagine. One person from government told me that they used about 800
million.
Yes.
But you see,
Opposition themselves, I know some told me they used about 600.
opposition.
Yes. Because they were there throughout a campaigning.
Opposition.
600
opposition part, the opposition.
The
they
United Opposition,
used
yeah.
600 million.
Yes.
And the government 800 million.
800.
That's
So
one
it's the
point.
difference of
That's 1.4
Yes, 1.4
billion.
B.
and a difference of
In
For
Mbeere
a
North.
constituency. For a constituency.
Are you saying
Let's
we should have
see.
been in that constituency then?
I'm
That
telling
time,
you,
because-
there they used a lot of money. You saw what was
so your
happening.
party leader.
What I'm
Because
saying,
you
what
know
I'm trying to
it's
tell
your
you,
party that had a candidate in Mbeere North.
Precisely.
No.
So
So
What
it's your
I'm
party
trying
that
to
used
say-
600
600
million.
it's
million.
not our party, it is United Opposition, because they used a lot of money.
So they contributed amongst themselves.
Yes, and there's a way that money was being used to transport people
So
from one place to the
even
other.
the opposition was
campaigning.
also involved in bribing people.
Not bribing, but campaigns is about money.
So what, 600 million. What did you use that money for?
I don't know what they were doing. That's
But
that's
you
a
are
question.
you are the
Yes, I was a
vice
candidate.
chairperson
Yes,
of the party that had a
That time
candidate
I
in
was a
charge of
woman leader.
programs.
that time I was a woman leader.
in DP.
Yes.
And you are telling us that
I was in the Women Congress.
the DP
and let me
used-
tell you, when I went to Mbeere, I saw...
you went there.
Yes, I went to Mbeere twice.
Okay. So what were you using that money for?
Transport?
So you transporting people?
No, ourselves.
600 million.
Let me tell you, that money was a lot. Those people they were in hotels, they in what? They used a lot of money, let me tell you. Resources. That is the truth. And my point was,
So
my point is, let me talk about...
that's interesting before you make your point.
Yes.
Because if the government can use 800 million and
Imagine.
the opposition 600 million, so are you saying that, and that's one constituency,
Yes.
what are we looking forward to in the 2027
That is
general
where we
election
are
campaigns?
coming. I'm saying what we experienced in Mbeere, we cannot gauge opposition with it.
Why?
Because the whole government was in Mbeere. Only.
The whole opposition.
Yes,
Was
leave
also
alone
in Mbeere.
Marava and the
Yes.
others, but the whole opposition was also in Mbeere.
Mbeere, yes.
2027, it will not be like that.
Do you think the government bribed people in Mbeere North
Precisely.
with the 800 million?
Where were they taking the money from?
So where were you taking 600 million?
You know, can you imagine? You know, Gashane, you're you're making me laugh, and it's a very sad situation. The amount of money that was used in Mbeere constituency, I was almost asking them, why are you going to work if 1.2 billion or
Over 1 billion can be
over 1
used.
billion can be used on one position, one seat?
Yes.
Why?
Because that's a very sad situation.
It is
That we can use all that money for campaigns.
one constituency.
In one constituency. In fact, even if it was about the NGCDF being used there, it cannot even get to that amount.
That is why
that
I'm
period.
telling you.
So
That's why I'm telling you, opposition, of course, they united through whatever mechanism, because it was not money from one person. Then, government was on its own with money. At least, united opposition, we are just saying, estimating 600,000 and all, because we never saw the money. But for government, we saw it being ferried with Land Rovers. We saw it.
you saw money being ferried.
We saw
With
they
Land
were
Rovers.
removing cartons in those Land Rover. You don't have those clips.
But, well, I have not seen them.
Ama you thought it was just cartons that maybe were carrying water.
Because that's serious.
It is serious,
Yes.
by the way. It is serious. If you go to Mbeere today and ask one of just a local person, what happened? Who was bringing money? They will tell you, a Land Cruiser, a Prado, you know, and they will use very colloquial language.
Anyway,
yeah.
time is not on our side, but I would want to know
Yes.
what lessons did you pick from Mbeere North Ross actually, because it's your party that lost in Mbeere North. What did you learn? What lessons
We
did you
never
pick?
lost. Our party never lost.
You don't have an MP in Mbeere North. It's for UDA.
Let me tell you, going to Mbeere to campaign has positioned our party in a better place. We were not known, so we have not lost. How do you say we lost? When everybody in Kenya is talking about DP, how do you say we lost? Let's start. If we were to campaign in this country and make DP get known, we would use
By
more
the has
resources.
the party sponsored a candidate for
Elbori.
Momeje Ward?
Yes,
The DP.
yes, we have a candidate.
Which candidate?
We have a man candidate there. I can't remember his name, but we have a candidate.
In Momeje Ward, not Evrore. I'm asking about
We
Momeje.
have-
Where Karis came from.
We have a candidate. I'm telling you. We have a candidate. Yes. And why would you not have a candidate?
Okay.
And now you've said that that by-election actually sold the Democratic Party.
Yes.
But it was largely associated with the DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua.
No. They were both united. Yes.
Because most they have been saying that
No. It was
Gachagua
not.
lost.
It was no. Gachagua didn't lose. DP didn't lose. Opposition didn't lose.
What about the government? Did
The
it
government lost because they used a lot of money. As much as they
But
they
the
got
you also
one-
used money.
the-
You used 600 million.
But
You have told us
Who
here.
is the biggest loser there? It's the government.
But they got the seat.
Even if they got the seat, at what cost?
Okay, as we wrap up, you have said that the United Opposition is going to agree on one candidate that is going to flag,
Definitely.
to be the flag bearer. Then what happens in terms of running mate?
The running mate is it's not a question to discuss per now at the moment. But of course, if the main leader will come from maybe Cumberland, we expect.
Oh,
the
I hear
deputy-
most of the leaders are talking about Kalonzo. And you have also said the opposition struggle BR may come from
I think
Cumberland.
I don't want to.
I actually wanted her to finish on that part of the running mate before you get to the flag
No,
bearer.
I do not want to evaluate the candidates there, but I would go by Kalonzo if I were asked. You know,
Not even your party leader?
my party leader is going to be there, of course, but I am sure.
He will support Kalonzo.
I'm sure he will support someone if he's not going all the way. Yes, because you know one of the resolutions
Yes.
at our NDC, go and make sure either you are the
Like,
candidate or
You bargain.
you bargain and tell us who is the candidate.
Yeah, but it's very interesting. You have sent the party leader to go and negotiate for the flag bearer's position. But again, you are saying you will go with Kalonzo Musyoka.
No, but you see, all of them, you can hear here and there, they are talking about Kalonzo. I mean,
You want to be realistic.
I want to be vitu kwa ground tofauti. You know, I want to be real, but I know my party leader is a very serious guy. He's a very serious person, and one thing that I have observed him do is the growth that has come with this opposition from his side. He's able to tell us things that you would not have ever known if he was not removed from government.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, Kashane,
So, Gashane,
let's have your parting shot.
Daktari,
Daktari, give us your
show is
parting
actually
shot.
called Unfiltered.
Yes.
And you're not filtering.
you see,
She's not filtering anything.
you see.
She's saying as she believes.
I think we'll be inviting you many times here so that
Unajua-
you will be spilling the beans on what is happening. We never knew that the opposition used
me,
600 million.
Me, I'm a truthful person, and I speak very truthful, and I follow the truthful people, and I speak truth like a child. So
Asante sana. What
So,
are your
ma-
parting shot?
okay, all said and done, Kenyans must go back to work, and Kenyans must be able to understand that we are experiencing hunger, and it is very important for them right now. If we have any short rains or long rains, to conserve water so that people can be able to do short-term crops that can be able to feed them. And lastly, we have the grade 9s who have transited to grade 10. Most of the parents, some of the parents, they have not taken their children to school. It is very important. Make sure your child go to school, because if you don't do that, you're going to harbor a gang in your house, and it is you the gang is going to terrorize. So it is very important for parents. We are saying the education system has collapsed. It has issues, but remember, your child is your child, and you must give them an opportunity to be able to go to school. And finally, elections are in the year 2027, the year of the Lord in August. So this year, I do not see why people should be going for campaigns. There is next year. Yes. Let's observe election laws that are very clear, and they are guided properly by IBC and other areas. And the intolerance that is there with the government, there are different the mechanisms of if you feel aggrieved, how you can deal with some issues. Let us not exercise that political intolerance. It is not necessary for our country. We have a country to protect. God bless Kenya.
Asante sana.
Hata mimi sina la kuongeza than to wish Kenyans the best and have a good afternoon. My name is Daniel Kariuki.
I am Ndungu Gashane. Until next week, God bless.
Thank you.
Unfiltered with Ndongo Gashane and Daniel Kariuki.